Hi guys, you're back with Juzzy, and I've just finally finished washing my car, my Lancer Evo 10 2009, which I haven't washed in a little while. As you know, I have purchased a Honda Rebel, and I use that as my main means of transportation to get to work. And whenever it's raining or there's at least some clouds in the sky when I go to work in the morning, I don't take the bike to work, but I actually take the Evo. And I thought, well, I've actually done a wash and detailing and polishing video on my Evo 10 before, and I've kept true to the exact methods that I have used in that video. I haven't actually done a decamination and polish of the car since then, but I've just been using some products which I know work and make the car come up really good. So in all of my videos, I don't use any sort of filter whatsoever, and as you can see, the car's come up pretty nice. So I didn't want to do another video on washing the Evo 10 because frankly that would bore the hell out of everyone. So I'm just going to look at doing the very first wash of my Honda Rebel today. Alright guys, so let's have a look at some of the products that I use when I go to wash my bike. Now the first thing I will start off with is that I use a standard hose from the house, but before the hose reaches my pressure washer, I actually have it running through a, as you can see, filter here. Now the filter helps to remove some of those dry dot elements that you'll see on your paintwork of your vehicle, so that as you're washing, you don't then have those dry dots appearing. Now, when you wash your vehicles, you should always wash them in the shade, because if you wash them in the sun, those dry dots are going to appear, and you're constantly going to be fighting that the entire time that you're washing the car. So either do it in the shade or do it in the afternoon, preferably when the sun is going down and is not at its strongest. Okay, let's go to the other side. Alright, so I'm of course deliberately not going to wash over the saddlebag, but because it is genuine leather, I know that I don't have to worry about it becoming wet. And in fact, I've ridden in the rain once with it getting wet. But what I did do, even though this quad lock wireless charger is a waterproof one, I don't want to risk it, and I've just put a little bag over the top there, and I can just simply wipe with a little damp cloth to get any little bits of dirt that are in there in any case. Okay, so that was nice and easy. So the next step of the process is to get my bottle here, which is a mixture of the NV Snow, and also get the purge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray the purge just around the wheel, and as I said, I'm just going to avoid the chain as much as I can. Okay, so that's just all it needs. Now, that's just a chemical wheel cleaner. It's a reactive wheel cleaner. I just sort of let it sit there. I tend to normally let it sit there for around about 2 minutes. It says here to let it sit for 5 minutes, but on my nice wheels on the car, I prefer to not let it sitting there dwelling for so long. Now, these are just standard issue wheels, and in fact they're going to be covered up with wheel covers in the coming weeks, but I'm not quite sure if you can see it on this side. Now it hasn't even been a minute yet, but what normally happens is you'll start to see a reaction as the chemicals and whatever dirt and grime that's on the road starts to actually turn purple. But I'm not sure if that shows up in the camera very well, particularly on this dark side. So I'm just going to let that sit. It's actually not too bad. The bike's only got about 300 kilometers on it, but I'm just going to now pressure wash that off in the next minute and resume. Okay guys, so it's been a few minutes, so now I'm just going to pressure wash that off. Nice and easy. Next step is to attach this bottle here with the NV snow foam and actually snow foam down the bike. Alright guys, so I've just, as you can see, taken off the 25 degree spray pattern here, and as you can see I've just snapped in this. I've just given this a little shake so the NV snow foam gets a good mixture with the water. I've literally just washed the car, so I've got a little bit left over still, but then just put a little bit extra in. So onto the snow foam. Very weird to see a bike getting snow foams, but it's getting done. So you can see it's got a good amount of clag, and it's all dropping the dirt down now. So you've got the water spray to get it off, but you've also got this snow foam as well. Okay, so that's plenty enough. Just set that down here and literally just let that naturally fall down. So I'm going to cut now, put the washer attachment, pressure washer attachment back on, and after letting this sit for about 5 minutes or so, all the dirt falls down, I'll pressure wash it off. Alright guys, so it's been about 5 minutes now. As you can see, the snow foam has fallen down. I'm now just going to help get rid of all the dirt that's falling by, again, just simply pressure washing it with water. Okay, so it's slippery as in my driveway here, so just taking care not to fall over. Let's do the back. Other side. Lastly, just where the handles are. Alright, so now that I've snow foamed down the bike, the last step is to actually do the wash by hand. So as you can see, I haven't actually used a mitt on any part of the wash so far, but it's properly washed and I've done everything I can to prevent little scratches from occurring anywhere on the bike. So this is now where I use the Bowden's wax, and I've got their special mitt in here. I've also got a grit guard down below, you can see here. So I previously used this on the car, I'd wiped it down, washed it out, and the water is hot here. So I'm now just going to wipe down all of the bike and then lastly do the wheels with this mitt. Okay, so always start from the top of the bike so that every little bit of potential dirt that's on the bike can fall downwards. But as you can see, I'm just doing one panel at a time, and I'm just simply not applying too much pressure, just enough to lift the dirt. The hot water and the actual product itself will help to ease that. I'm only using one hand here, but I'm actually spinning the glove. Now I'm doing the other side. Okay, so that part is done. I'm going to do that for the whole bike. Now I need 2 hands to do it effectively in time, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the pressure washer to pressure wash off any little bit of dirt that's there on the glove before I dip it back into the bucket and I wash the next panel. Okay guys, so now the whole bike has been washed by the mitt. Now just to show you, that is the only amount of dirt that at the end of the whole wash has been left on the mitt. And that's because I've used the products to do all the work for me rather than using a mitt only and not doing the several cycles that I do. So that mitt will get washed in my washing machine, which I always do with my cloths and so forth when I finish. But the second last step of the process is to now wash off all of the wash and wax, which I've just used from Bowden's. Cool, so it's looking a lot cleaner now. So the next step now is to put all of the wash gear away, and I'll actually put the bike under the cloth, and yeah, let's see what it looks like. Right, so it's time for a cut. So this is where I've just learnt that using a towel, e.g. like the car, is a lot harder on a bike because of every single nook and cranny in this bike. So I've got out my tiny little leaf blower, and it's just an 18 volt thing, and basically set it to high power, and all the water just comes out a lot easier. So I'll do the whole bike now. Alright, so you won't believe it, but I went through 1.5 of the 4 amp 18 volt batteries. That's a pretty hefty size battery, just trying to get every little bit of water off the bike, but the results were worth it. So if you have a look, just try and go nice and slowly. You can see that it's cleaned up really well. I've just shifted the bike because there's just so much glare when I record videos for you guys. Now I haven't got everything off the bike, but I have towed it down just after. So you can see there's a tiny little bit that's just come out there. And so if you keep doing that, you'll forever be living here next to your bike trying to get rid of dots. But I've got it to a point where I'm satisfied that I've got as much as I can out and the rest of it can dry out. So that's my process for washing the bike. Very similar process for the Evo 10. I've been saying I've been wanting to wash the bike now and the car for about a month. But yeah, it's been rain after rain after rain. But I'm super happy with the outcome here. I'm meeting up with a couple of guys from my work and we're going for a ride next Saturday morning. So you'll finally be able to see a ride video posted. And yeah, look forward to getting some footage out and about, and finally for my Instagram getting some photos which aren't here, just in my garage. So alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you haven't. Links to everything I can think of will be in the video down below. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.